Welcome to Ballet Bites. Today we're diving deep into the world of warm-up booties, those little heroes of the ballet world that save dancers' toes and technique.
I'm excited to get into this. Warm-up booties can make or break your morning class, right?
Absolutely. So, let's start with the basics. 5 models in the spotlight. We've got Bloch, which is built like, a fortress, with that rugged nylon shell and thick polyester fill, complete with click-and-go bungee toggles. Perfect for those touring dancers who are shoving their gear into trunks nearly every day.
That's solid if you're on the road constantly. But doesn't that durability sometimes come at the cost of flexibility?
Right, that's the trade-off. While Bloch booties are like, a suit of armor, some pros feel that storing that extra protection can, well, limit your freedom to move, especially during those delicate demi-pliés and relevés. That brings us to Stelle for all-terrain flexibility.
Yeah, Stelle seems to be the go-to when you need that extra articulation. It lets you move naturally, even when you're flipping between marley and hardwood floors in back-to-back rehearsals.
Exactly. I mean, it's like dancing in your bare feet, but with a soft boost. Yet, on the other hand, every principal I've spoken to since January 2025 insists that the blocks still look brand new after 100 shows, which is a big plus considering a replacement pair might cost over $80.
Durability versus quick movements. Both are key, but it's interesting how opinions split on which quality matters more.
Now, moving into our second major point, marking choreography safely. Flexi soles, like those on some of these booties, give you a lot of cushioning, but there's a risk that dancers might start lazy-footing their counts.
Yeah.
Essentially, they might lose that intrinsic muscle activation when the boots come off.
That's a valid concern. It sounds like the coaches recommend using booties strategically, maybe only for spacing and blocking rather than during full-out jumps.
Precisely. And then there's the traction factor. All models score slip-resistant bottoms, but Bloch and Stelle really nail it when it comes to pivoting en dehors without the dreaded, surprise sliding.
I like that practical tip. And speaking of practicality, what about sizing issues? I know that can be a real headache.
Oh, definitely. Sizing it's like, almost an art form. Because you're, layering tights, thick socks, maybe even toe pads with your pointe shoe. The suggestion is to size up if you're dancing on pointe, while sticking to street size for barefoot assessments. Bloch booties run true to street, but Daydance's fleece lining can really, eat up your room.
And there's that age-old rule for kids too. Oversized booties might seem like a growth investment, but they can actually drag you down and cause, well, trips and missteps.
Exactly. There's a junior-specific bootie on the list that trims down weight while still keeping the insulation top-notch, perfect for little dancers whose feet are growing month to month. Parents seem to love that because the nylon outer literally wipes clean after those inevitable juice spills.
That's a relief for any parent juggling cost and function. Now, on to our fourth question. The perennial debate. Budget picks like Daydance versus premium ones.
Right. Daydance is the budget star. Fleece-lined, water-resistant, and holding shape through spring workshops. For students piecing together their first kit, every saved dollar can tip the scale towards funding those masterclasses.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of value if you're rehearsing a few times a week.
But, I have to say, when you're dancing 8 hours a day or constantly on tour, that extra $40 for a premium model, like Bloch, really pays off. It cuts down on those mid-tour emergencies and blisters.
Exactly. And it's like, you're investing in long-term support. Though I have to respectfully challenge this point a little. Could occasional dancers not also benefit from premium support, even if they're not on the road 24/7? Sometimes, technique preservation is just as crucial as endurance.
That's true, and I get your point. But I suppose the calculus changes for someone who's really heavy into daily touring versus a weekend studio regular. Still, it's a debate worth having.
Exactly. And finally, there's the critical question of boot care. How do you keep these investments alive?
Right, care instructions really seem like the unsung hero here.
Spot clean only, no detergents because they break down those crucial water-repellent coatings. And always air dry, never near radiators or hotel hair dryers, since they can melt the soles.
Yeah.
Even a small misstep, like stomping on asphalt during a coffee run, can damage the traction lugs in an instant.
So it's really about treating the booties with respect, like you would your prized instrument.
Right on point. Think of it like a ritual, a daily habit that saves money and, more importantly, your ankles. A light brush of rosin dust on slick studio floors is an old-school hack that still works wonders.
Absolutely. And that practical tip, like having a canvas tote just for the booties, keeps things organized. Studio door, booties off, toss them on the hook. It's that simple routine that helps maintain both the boot and your technique.
Exactly. These small habits really add up over time. Durability versus flexibility, proper sizing, budget versus premium, and care guidelines. Each element plays a crucial role in a dancer's performance and overall foot health. It's all these details that make or break the dance experience.
And considering our winter warriors facing chill mornings and icy floors, these booties become a vital, practical tool in their kit.
Truly, it's like equipping yourself with armor that's both protective and flexible enough to let you perform that grand jeté. Every touch point, from design to care, matters.
One thing that really stands out is how each model seems tailored to different needs. Bloch for those put through the ringer on tour, Stelle for the fast-paced studio schedules, and Daydance for those on a budget yet looking for decent performance.
Right, and that kind of variety lets dancers choose based on their specific lifestyle. It's a reminder that even in the world of dance, one size really doesn't fit all.
Exactly. And that's what makes this review so engaging. It doesn't just ask, which pair is cutest? Instead, it digs into the practical, everyday challenges dancers face.
And let's not overlook the importance of testing standards. Durability for road warriors, safe marking for technique, sizing tips about layering, and even the balance between cost and longevity. These are the kind of questions the ballet community is actively debating right now.
Yeah, when you break it down like that, every detail is essential. It's almost like each question is a mini case study on how to blend art with athletic precision.
Definitely. And while we celebrate the ingenuity of these booties, the overarching takeaway remains: choose smart, treat them kindly, and your performance and your feet will thank you.
I couldn't agree more. It's like every component of your warm-up routine, from boot selection to proper care, adds up to a well-orchestrated dance career.
Right, and that's our wrap. Durable versus flexible, effective marking, smart sizing, budget versus premium, and of course, care routines. Each factor is critical.
And whether you're preparing for a nutcracker performance in the snow or a soaring summer gala, these booties are a tiny but powerful investment in your craft.
Exactly. Every dancer's journey is unique. It's like choosing the right partner for every step. Respect your gear, and it'll always support you on stage.
Thanks for joining this deep dive into the world of warm-up booties. Like and subscribe for more Ballet Bites insights, and keep those toes happy and healthy.